When your mom and dad are 10 feet tall, you got a superhero poster on your wall. Don't know the world's full of greed and lust. You slide into third and ride the school bus. Wrestling is real, summer goes fast. A dollar bill feels like a wad of cash. There's war and drugs and guns on hips, but all you're thinking about's how far you can skip. Rock, rock, rock. And the wheels on your bike turn to gasoline. Get your first taste of love and nicotine. Your heart gets broke, your folks find you lighter. You lose a few fights and learn you ain't a fighter. You know what's wrong and you know what's right, but you wanna be cool on a Friday night. Somebody puts a bottle in front of your face. For the first time you're stuck between a hard place and a rock, a rock, a rock. La da 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 da, la da 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 da, la da 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 da. And then you're paying bills and you're working hard and you're with your friends at the local bar. Hook up with someone, tell them how you feel. Just like that, it's something real. Then you meet the mom and you meet the dad. Start having thoughts that you never had. Like that's the kind of thing worth waking up for. Next thing you know, you're saving up for a rock, a rock, a rock.
Hey everybody, it's Justice for Comics. I love that song. It's so good. I think that was just on the CMA Awards about a week ago. Oh man, Morgan Wallen, what a great singer! Artist of the Year, best-selling country artist of the year, album of the year. What else do you want to say about it? I love that song he does. All right. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. I'm having some issues lately with audio with my laptop, so I got my headphones on. Hopefully this is coming through loud and clear. If not, someone in the chat. It looks like Luis Ramirez is in the chat so far, so let me know if there's any audio issues. I wanted to go through some comic news, also to highlight some pre-orders for the months of November and December. I'm going to go right to my Third Eye Comics. I do a lot of ordering through them now. I've sort of giving up on TFAW. I had a pretty bad incident of grabbing a bunch of books. Hopefully you guys can hear me now. I think my audio was not working there. So that was Morgan Wallen. I was playing on the on the intro. Song of the Year, Artist of the Year, Country Song of the Year. Yeah, it's awesome. I love the way he sings. I thought that performance was excellent on the CMA Awards. We're going to be reviewing a lot of comic books tonight. Comic news. We're going to go through some pre-orders, books that are coming out in November and December. I've got a bunch of them already selected through Third Eye Comics. I'm kind of switched over. I do a lot of my incentive books in the past through TFAW. In fact, I just got an order in a couple days ago. But going forward, I think I'm going to use Third Eye instead, and for a couple reasons. And I'll kind of go over that tonight with you guys. So if any of you like to order incentive books, pre-order wise, it's a little dangerous game. Of course, a lot of times you're buying them at ratio or maybe slightly below ratio. But there's problems with doing that. So I'll kind of go over that with you. I'm going to share my screen right now and pull up CBR. There's a couple things that look somewhat interesting to mention. I usually go under comic news. Um, oh, by the way, I'm using Dilbert as my screen avatar. I got to give a little love to Dilbert. Apparently, the cancel culture has even affected our beloved Dilbert. I think Garfield might be next. I don't know who they're gonna. Apparently, there's been some Dilbert cartoons that hit on the cultural wokeness of today, and they're actually pretty funny. I saw the ones that they were referencing. Why he's getting canceled? Well, he's getting canceled from who? Liberal newspapers that probably don't sell anymore. Anyways, I'm not crying for the creator of Dilbert. What's his name? Scott something. He's made a ton of money. He's a multi-millionaire. I don't think he needs any of these newspapers' money, anyways. So he could just put out a published book if he wants to. I'm sure if he needs to sell something. I just think it's pretty funny. So that's why I got Dilbert. Who would have thought that Dilbert would stand up for freedom and uh, the courage against censorship? Good old Dilbert. Hey, takes all kinds to make a village. All right, so let's talk about a few things here. I've got CBR pulled up. Um, Looks like Eric Powell's The Goon is going to be back under the Dark Horse label, under Albatross Funny Books imprint. So I don't know. Is that maybe a joint venture with Albatross and Dark Horse? Yeah, just another sign that the independent comic book publishers are probably having problems. If DC isn't selling too well, I can't imagine that a lot of these independent publishers are doing very well either. So that could be an issue, and you might see a little bit more of this. Uh, I guess there's a new villain with Marvel. I haven't read Edge of Spider Verse #4 yet. I think I get that this week. But there's a new villain who apparently is I don't know, a cross between Doc Ock and Ursula, the villain from Little Mermaid. Yeah, it looks like a pretty weak villain. I think they like, we need a villain real quick. Whoever the writer is of the series, um, who is writing Edge of Spider Verse? I'm not even sure. Oh well, it's a villain that I don't know. Probably we'll never see again. It looks poorly conceived, but it certainly does look like an amalgamation between Doc Ock and Ursula, the enemy, the main villain from The Little Mermaid. I guess her name is Spinstress. There we go. Yeah, that's not really news. I don't know why I had to talk about that. Let's see. Anything else coming out? Uh, I went through my books for next week yesterday, and there's not a whole lot. Um, no, not a whole lot to speak of for next week. So don't get too excited. No, there's a few books coming out. I think Briar is a Boom Studios publication book. That might be decent to pick up. A couple nice prison covers. Yeah, so let me dive into Third Eye Comics. I go right into my orders. Well, actually, let's just do it this way. I'll go through the comic orders, and I like to start with. Should we do it high to low? Maybe high to low. So these are books that are all coming out in the next few months. Some of them are already out, like this Harley Quinn book's already out. This one looks pretty good. Death of Superman 30th anniversary. I guess there will be a new villain in this series. I don't know if he's just like a. It looks like a more updated version of Doomsday. Um, but there will be a new villain in this. There's some cool covers that are coming out. This one's the Jim Lee. It's a 1 in 100. It's a one shot, so it's not a series or anything, but it's kind of a cool cover. On eBay right now, this is selling for about $200, 175 to $200. So definitely way over ratio. Third Eye had a couple of these bundles, and they did sell out, I believe. So just it's kind of a cool cover. I don't know. Jim Lee, I'm still kind of a Jim Lee fan. Don't like every cover he does, but he does some really good ones. All right, let's see what else. Yeah, here's that one shot. That one's done by Matina. That's sold out. There was a bundle for that. Here's that Briar that comes out next week, next Wednesday. Briar #1. This is the Ginny Frizen 1 in 75 variant. Um, Midtown had it the other day for $67. I don't know if it's still. Let me just check real quick and see if it's still there. Let me just take a look. And it looks like it is sold out. No, it's still no, they still the thank you variant, the one per store is sold out, but the black and white virgin variant, which is a beautiful cover, still available for $67. That's a pretty good deal. I couldn't really get it any cheaper than 65. I pre-ordered a couple copies. It's a nice looking cover though. I like Jenny Frizen's art, and that you would think that would be a tough one to find. I mean, I can't imagine too many stores are going to open with an order that big. But again, it's Boom Studios. They're not exactly to be trusted. So be careful with Boom Studios. We'll just check the chat real quick. We got Luis Ramirez 504. We got Kenneth Bird, and we got Craig 69. He's never here, but always likes to chime in. So I appreciate you guys showing up in the chat. What else we got coming out? Some of this stuff is old. Let me just try to highlight the newer stuff. Some things we have images for. And some we don't. Something is Killing the Children, number 26. Some of that stuff is sold out as well. The higher ratio books. Behemoth Behold, #1. This is a Boom Studios title. Some nice looking art by Robles. I don't know if it's some big, huge shadow monster creature. I don't know what he is, but that's the A cover. And let's see. Maybe I should just go to the ones I've actually picked up. So let's take a look. Oh yeah, Ninja Funk #1, the Boss Logic cover. Not cheap, $250. I've seen one copy for sale on eBay, and someone was asking like $850 for it. So I still think you can buy a copy. I think Third Eye has one copy left. So if you're into Boss Logic, it might be worth the grab. I can't imagine a lot of stores are going to order that heavy on that book. Secret Invasion #1. There is a 1 in 100 Delato cover. I'm assuming it's going to be the same as there's a Delato variant. I think it's the A cover for Secret Invasion #1. I think it's going to be a virgin, maybe, or a foil. I don't know. Either way, it's going to be probably a virgin cover of the same cover. Uh, and I think you can still grab that for about ratio for $100. Let's see what else we have here. Dark Horse Night of the Ghoul #1. The 1 in 100 variant is still available at Third Eye. It's an okay cover. I don't think it's the best cover. It's a Frankenvillia cover, but still got to imagine there's not going to be a lot of shops ordering heavy on a Dark Horse book. Dark Horse typically doesn't do big orders. So it could be one of those books that does well just because might be hard to find somewhat. And there's also a 1 in 200 by Frankenvilla. That one's pretty cool. I like that one the best. Um, really, the best one is the. See if I can pull it up here. I believe it is sold out. They have a 1 in 1,000 cover, believe it or not. That's crazy. Um, let's see if I can find it. Oh, yeah, here it is. Yeah. It's by Williams, J.H. Williams. I think it's going to be a foil. Yeah, it's going to be really hard to find. There were some websites selling it for like $2,500 and supposedly sold out at $2,500. So, yeah, I can't. There's not going to be too many collectors buying this book, but it is. It's out there. It's going to be out there. I don't know who's going to have it. I don't know what shops are going to go super heavy on a book like that, but it's possible. I don't think you're going to find it cheap. This sold out very, very quickly. Obviously, they probably only had one copy, and I've not seen any sales or any listings on eBay so far. So this doesn't release until October 5th. So we'll have to see. Maybe October 5th, there'll be a couple copies showing up on eBay, but I can't imagine they're going to be cheap. Just this probably is going to be a fairly rare book. So yeah, it's a cool cover though. I like it. I'm kind of glad I didn't buy it though. $1,000. Oh, that's a big risk. Even $100 is a big risk to me. I can't imagine dropping $1,000 on a book. I mean, it's a big it's like they say, it takes money to make money. It takes sometimes big gambling to make big payoffs. So um, it'll be really interesting to see if Midtown gets a copy of this. So I'm sure the week of October 5th, they're gonna, which I think is what 2 weeks from now. We're gonna see if Midtown has one. I don't know. They Midtown usually doesn't go beyond 100 ratio typically. So I find it hard to believe that Midtown would have this book for sale, but we'll see. What other ones was I looking at? Let me go back to my orders. Daredevil number 5, the 1 in 10 Chichetto design variant. I'm going to pick that up. There could be some interesting things going on in this new Daredevil series. Don't be surprised if there's a new character showing up. Uh, if you recall, the fifth issue of the last volume, or no, the 25th issue, is where they had a change. They basically made um, what's her name, Daredevil. I'm drawing a blank right now, but Elektra. They made Elektra Daredevil. So that book was hot for a little while. I don't know. Keep your eye on issue 5. I think the design variant. They're not showing the cover yet, so it could be a new character. It's hard to say, but yeah, for $10, I think it's worth the risk. All right, what's the next one here? There's my Briar number 1 order for ratio and the Death of Superman. It's a 1 in 50 variant, so got it for ratio $50. Pretty good price. It sells for about 125 or more on eBay at the moment. I think most of the sales have been 150 or $150 or more, so it could be a good one to look for. All right, next one we got Once Upon a Time at the End of the World. This is a new Boom Studio series. They have a 1 in 200 foil variant. Uh, believe that's going to be by Jenny Frison. And then they have a 1 in 100 incentive cover also by Jenny Frison. We don't know what these covers look like yet. There's been no art shown for it other than I think the 1 in 25 and the 1 in 50. They do have art on that. Let me just show that book. Long title. Not too sure about the title. It's a little too long. Oh, there will be a Boom Studio. Oh, this is a Third Eye exclusive. I didn't even know this was even available. That looks like Zoo or Zoo. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what the print run of this will be, but Third Eye Comics has the exclusive with Zoo or Zoo. It's interesting. It's good. It's a nice cover. I didn't even know that was there. That must have just shown up today. This is the B cover. I think that's also going to be the same as the 1 in 25. Let's see here. Yeah, they're really promoting that. They're doing a VIP package with a signing event. Interesting. They still have the 1 in 200 available, so I think they still have a couple copies. So Third Eye went big on this book. They ordered a lot, obviously. If they've got several copies of the 1 in 200, that means they probably ordered 500 to 1,000 copies of the A and B covers. The 1 in 50 is still available. That's the cover. Basically, the B cover is also the 1 in 50. I'm assuming maybe the 1 in 50 will be a foil or a virgin, something like that. There's also a 1 in 100. I think that both the 100, 1 in 200 and the 1 in 100 are both going to be by Frisson, but there's no art released. Issue 2 is already out for pre-order. This is the 1 in 75 variant by Peach Momoko. For all you Peach fans, it's okay. It's a pretty good cover. I believe there's also a 1 in 100 variant, also done by Peach, but they're not showing the cover. So I don't know if it's maybe the same as the other one, the 1 in 75, but maybe it's a foil. Who knows? We don't know yet. So again, when you're ordering this early, it's a lot of gambling. It's definitely a roll the dice. But we'll have to see. This could be a good series. Um, yeah, they're even doing a 1 in 200 foil signed. Wow. Wonder who it's going to be signed by, though. Signed by who? Jason Aaron? I'm assuming Jason Aaron's going to sign it. I don't think Frisson's going to sign it. Yeah, I would assume it would be Jason Aaron since he is signing a couple other exclusives with them. So, all right. So that's another book that I thought it would be worth mentioning. It's a Boom Studios. Some of their books get hot, some of them don't. Sometimes it's hit and miss. All right. So what else we got here? Oh yeah, John Stewart, The Emerald Knight #1. There will be a 1 in 50 variant by Mateus Mahani, and he's been hot lately. His covers have been really, really good. This one's a foil cover. I got it for ratio. Uh, it's selling for about 3 times ratio right now on eBay. So just be aware of that. There is a Batman Spawn #1 cover by Jim Lee, and I think they do have art on it out on it. Let me see it. I think it's on Google. Um, I think it's a sketch cover. Let me see if they have it. I thought I saw it somewhere. No, maybe I dreamt it. I could have swore I saw it somewhere. That the art actually is out on that already. Maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong about that. I could have swore there was. Huh. Man, I could have swore that art was out on that book already. No one is showing it yet. This isn't it, is it? No. And it's kind of has this style, that you've seen lately, where they're using the art sketch type cover. Man, I could have swore there was a cover out there with that already. It was like it's gatefold type cover. Maybe I saw it on Instagram. Maybe it's under Jim Lee's Instagram. take a look. He's always drawing. That's what I like about Jim Lee. That wouldn't be it, would it? No, no, that's not it. Man. Oh, maybe this is it. Is this it? No. That is a nice cover though. Detective Comics 1065. That's the raw pencil sketch cover. Yeah, that's awesome. Let me look at the detail on that. Jim Lee should just do sketch covers, man. He's so good. His line work, his pencil line work is amazing. I like it. I love this is what I love right here about Jim Lee. That is so awesome. That's a must buy for me. I love that cover. It's way better without the inks, in my opinion. But yeah, man, I swear I saw that cover somewhere. I mean, his line work is amazing. There's was it Aquaman? Oh no, Noah. That's supposed to be Noah. Look at the detail though. Amazing, amazing line work. He's such a good artist. Ah, yeah, look at that. That's awesome. I love watching his Twitch videos where he's drawing and stuff. It's so good. Well, I know I saw it somewhere, guys. I don't know. Maybe it was on Todd McFarlane's Instagram. Maybe he posted it. I don't know. I know he's posted some Capullo stuff lately. Yeah, I don't know. Well, if I find it, I will post it on my Instagram. I know a lot of you follow me on Instagram. If I happen to see it, I know I saw it somewhere. I was impressed by it, and it was like a gatefold cover type. So, and it was just awesome. So if I find it, I know it's got to be out there somewhere. I'm surprised it's not on either one of their web pages though. Well, when I find it, I'll post it on my Instagram because I know I saw it. Unless someone put it out there and they weren't supposed to. I don't know. Uh, here's this blog. Yeah, see, I don't. They. Swear I saw it somewhere. Yeah, well, I'll figure that out later, I guess. Let me go back. All right. So those are two other books that I like. Batman Spawn #1. It's a 1 in 100, selling for about 200 to 250. I think the cheapest I've seen on eBay is about 250. So that's not going to be cheap. So if you can find it for ratio or less, that would be the way to go. If you can, that's going to be a challenge, though. Everyone likes Jim Lee. Yeah, Behold Behemoth #1. This is a 1 in 50 cover by Sorrentino. It's still available at Third Eye, so don't go pay crazy prices on eBay. On eBay, I think this is like a $125 book right now. You can get it for $50 through Third Eye. And what I like about Third Eye versus TFAW, this is the story. Uh, TFAW dropped a bunch of books, pre-order books, like late Friday more. It was either late, early Saturday morning or late Friday night. I don't know what time exactly, but I woke up at around 2 or 3 in the morning, and there was a book that I was looking to grab that someone was dropping at Things for Another World, and it ended up showing up. So I selected it for pre-order, grabbed it, put it in my pre-order list, um, and then all of a sudden I started seeing all these other books that were there. So I started grabbing a bunch of books, with the typical discount, which is nice, offer ratio. And then all of a sudden, later that morning, I think maybe 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning, um, I went to go look at my pre-orders because I couldn't remember all the books that I grabbed. And all of a sudden, several of them were gone. And then 2 hours later, like around 10, 11 o'clock, another bunch of books that I had put in my pre-order list were just all of a sudden gone. They were removed from my pre-order list. So I had the first time I had noticed that there was already a bunch, several that were gone. I took screenshots with my phone of those books in my pre-order. So I had photo evidence that these books were in my pre-order list. And then when the second set of books were removed, I emailed TFAW. It's help at tfaw.com. I emailed them. I said, hey, I had a bunch of books in here and a lot of them are gone. Here's a couple of, I gave them a list of the books that I had that were all of a sudden removed. And I had photo evidence of them being in my pre order list. And their response was basically, yeah, sorry. There was a mess up where they shouldn't have been available for pre order. They came up with some stupid excuse, blaming it on their website, blaming it on a glitch. I mean, who knows what the real reason for the mistake was, but someone got those books and I didn't. So someone, I guess that's how it is in life, right? Somebody gets screwed and somebody benefits. And who the person was that got those books and benefited, I don't know. I know it wasn't Chasing Comics. He is so disgusted with Third Eye's customer service that he's basically given up pre-ordering books through them. And I kind of have too. I mean, I still have some that I'm hoping to get from them if they don't screw me out of the ones that they still show me getting. But I've been using Third Eye now because with Third Eye, you're guaranteed to get the book. Why? Because when you click pre-order and put it in your cart, you actually pay for it. So you're securing the book, not with your pre-order page, but you're actually buying it, getting an order number. It's a lot harder for Third Eye to come back and say, "Oh, we don't have that book." I mean, they could still do that. They could still say, "Sorry, we have to refund your money. We didn't get that book in stock, or we were shorted from the supplier." They could blame Diamond. All those type of things could still happen, but you've got a lot better chance of getting your book if you're paying for it in advance and getting an order number. You're pre-ordering it, buying it in advance. And Third Eye also does this thing where they'll let you combine shipping up to like I think 7 books. It's like $7, and then if it's like more than if it's up to 15 books, it's like $15, something like that, where they basically combine shipping. The other thing I like about Third Eye is I don't get charged tax, no tax. Uh, TFAW charges you shipping and taxes. So there is a nice benefit of using Third Eye. So it kind of ends up being the same price if you factor in taxes. If I'm buying well, maybe not exactly, but if I'm buying, let's say, a 1 in 50 book through Third Eye, I'm getting it for, let's say, 35 bucks. Yeah, I'm not paying $15 in taxes on a $50 book, right? The taxes are probably $5. Um, but I think the shipping costs are a little less with Third Eye versus TFAW, and I'm guaranteed to get the book. So I care about making sure I get the book rather than worrying about saving $10 and maybe not even getting the book because I get screwed over by the website. So TFAW, just another comic book shop that runs their business terribly. They did not try to rectify the situation with me. We're talking, I spend a lot of money with them every month, and they obviously don't care. So I'm predicting they probably won't be in business long term if that's the way they treat their customer. So they either better change their ways and change their customer service, change their website, or they're going to keep losing customers. I know Chasing Comics is not going to be using them going forward, and I know he did a lot of business with them as well. So yeah. Third Eye, so far, they're the go-to for me on pre-orders on the books that I really, really have to buy before they come out, just because I want to make sure and guarantee that I get them. That's that's the one I'm going to be using now, going forward. All right, let's see. There's a couple other ones I wanted to show. Already talked about that one. Oh yeah, Batman, One Bad Day, number one. Catwoman, number one. This is a one shot. This is the Jessica Fong variant. Man, it's beautifully done. The art on this is amazing. Just her looking into the mirror. Obviously, the mirror image is different than the non-mirror image. Just beautifully drawn, awesome artwork. I love the artwork on this cover. Again, it's a 1 in 25. You can get it for ratio at Third Eye. It's still available. The one that's not available that is sold out is the 1 in 100 by Brian Boland. That one did sell out. The Brian Boland covers have been hot. I really, really like the Mr. Freeze one. That was one that was in my pre-orders with TFAW that they subsequently removed from me. So again, I had it reserved for $100 at TFAW, and it's a $400 book now. 3 to 4, I think 350 to 400. And I had one of those in my cart in my pre-order list, and they removed it and obviously gave it to somebody else. So um, yeah, so not real happy. I'm not happy with TFAW. I will cease doing business with them on a forward basis. I'm giving all my business now to Third Eye, and so far it's been a good experience. Not that they don't sell out. I mean, Third Eye sells out a lot on certain things, so you'd have to sort of be on top of it. They release books randomly sometimes. I don't know exactly what their schedule is, but I like them so far. At least it guarantees I get the book. All right. What else did I have? There is a new book coming out from another Boom Studios book. They already have the first two issues out, I believe. I know number one dropped already. Damn Them All. This is the third issue. This is the Ginny Frizen 1 in 50 cover. Again, I'm a huge Frizen fan. I love her art, and I try to pick up most of the covers. This is the 1 in 50, which is sold out now at Third Eye. They also have a 1 in 75, and I don't know that this is a Ginny Frizen cover. It says cover artist to be announced. But I have Chasing Comics and I both have a sneaking suspicion that it's going to be this cover, maybe in a black and white, maybe foil, something like that. It's probably going to be the same cover, but in a black and white, or maybe a color splash, or foil, something like that. Something different, but probably the same cover. So we'll have to see. But I love Ginny Frizen covers, and maybe I'll interview her one day. I don't know. She's not responded to my requests for interview, so I don't know. She's too busy, I guess. She's too busy creating fantastic art. Behold, Behemoth number 2, the 1 in 25, cover by Simmons. Man, this is a nice cover. So awesome. It's crazy good. Still available at TFAW. So I'm sorry, Third Eye. How dare I say TFAW? It's still available at Third Eye for $25. Yeah, this cover's awesome. Love that cover. I think that is an awesome one to pick up. You got writer Tate Bromball and Nick Robles is doing the art. And you got some cover art by Martin Simmons, who did a lot of stuff for Department of Truth. So I like that one. I think that cover looks awesome. Know Your Station. I have no idea what this book is about. Is it about? Well, it says here. It says the wealthiest people in the solar system abandon Earth for a private sanctuary in space. What was that movie with Matt Damon, where that they had like a community that hovered above Earth? Yeah, everything was like a paradise there, and the Earth lived in shambles because of climate change. I can't remember the name of that movie. Someone will probably type it in there. I can't remember the name of the movie. Matt Damon was in it though. Was it Ethereum or something like that? It started with an E, something like that. Although I think that's a cryptocurrency. It was something like that. It sounded like Ethereum. Yeah, it started with an E, E sounding. Same kind of concept. It says, but the 1% won't be safe for long. A murderer is on the loose, specifically targeting the super rich. Soon, Elise, an employee of the billionaire space station, is wrapped in a deadly investigation, with each issue featuring a new and diabolically different kill. Sounds interesting. Um, it's a one. It's a 5-issue miniseries. Frizen is doing the 1 in 25, as far as I know. says Frizen, so I don't know what the art looks like, but I typically will buy Frizen covers sight unseen, like you do with real estate. Do people still do that with real estate now? They buy something sight unseen. This is another one, Detective Comics 1067. This is the Jim Lee. This is a nice Jim Lee cover. Very basic, but pretty cool. It's going to be a 1 in 50 pencil sketch foil, I guess. Sold out pretty quickly on Third Eye's website. I looked on eBay already selling for well over $100, so more than double ratio. But I kind of like these. I think McFarlane started doing these, didn't he? With a lot of the Spawn covers. No, and I know there were a bunch of Capullo covers where they had this, the traditional art, the art piece there, sketched. Yep, I like it. So that's one that I had to grab. I'm glad I did. It sold out fairly quickly after I picked it up. Harley Quinn number 25. This comes out in November, I believe. Release date, no, December 28th. So near the end of the year. This is a beautiful Frizen cover with her hyenas. Yeah, it's a nice cover. $25. Sold out at Third Eye. So I'm imagining this is going to be one that will be hot as well. I think on eBay they're pre-selling it around 60, 50, 55, $60. So about double ratio right now on eBay. So I'm not telling you to go out and do that. Poison Ivy number 8. there is a 1 in 50 ratio cover by Ginny Frizen. Again, that's probably why she won't take my request for interview. She is busy printing money with all of her cover art that she's doing. This is another one coming out here in the month. This is January. So this is a January 4th pre-order. Man, I have to wait a long time to get that one. So 1 in 50. It's going to be a foil cover. It's Frizen. It's probably going to be awesome. At least I'm hoping it is. But that's one that FOC is November 27th. So you still have plenty of time to try to order that one through your shop if you can. But that's one that I think looks really good. Now we do have the cover art here for the 1 in 25 for issue number 8. This is by Sam Wolf. I've noticed he's been doing a lot of covers lately. It's still available. You can still pre-order this through Third Eye for ratio. It's a good looking cover. I dig it. I like the cover on that. So I pre-ordered that one. I think, was that the last one? I think it was. Yep. So those are kind of my pre-orders through Third Eye Comics that I've bought and paid for subsequent months. These are all September orders. They're going to be delivered any time between November and December, and then obviously there's one of them is going to be a January release. But yeah, I've been using Third Eye. I just kind of check their site out every day. I kind of just go in and see what the new books are that they're releasing. Rick and Morty is going to be hitting issue number 100. Man, I remember when that first came out. Man, that was probably it had to be 5 years ago. I can't remember when issue 1 came out, but I have the first issue. I remember buying it when it came out. I didn't buy it for cover price. I think I ended up paying like $50 for it for the first issue, which I think that's worth a lot more now. But issue 100 is dropping, the Oni Press. So this has been a pretty consistent comic book. I really like this cover. This one's awesome. This is funny. I can just hear Rick Sanchez saying this. We're collector's issue, Morty. If we don't destroy this comic, we'll be graded and slabbed in plastic forever. And then as he's tearing the comic book, there's Jerry down there. Rick, stop. We're losing value. That's a good cover. I like it. That's still one of my favorite cartoon shows of all time. Is Rick and Morty. Is just so demented and dark, and God, it's awesome. I think that cover's pretty funny. Rick and Morty, 100 issues. That's pretty important. Yeah, if you had said when that book came out that they would hit issue 100, I would have probably laughed at you. Yeah, so these are some of the books coming out. So I like to go through them, kind of just look and see anything, any covers that strike my eye that look really interesting. But it's kind of good to go through them and just I like when publishers actually give you art ahead of time. It kind of makes it better. It makes it easier to kind of make choices. Marvel doesn't tend to do that very often, but a lot of the independent publishers do it, which I think is important. I think that's good that they do that. Man, this cover is awesome by Gary Frank. Look at this one. I'm glad it's not a ratio book. Look at the cover on this thing. It's freaking awesome. Man, that's some good detail. Gary Frank just knocks it out of the park. Oh, I'm sorry. This can't be Gary Frank. This isn't Gary Frank. This is Kyle Holtz. Yeah, it's right there. It's Kyle Holtz. I was going to say Gary Frank. I don't. He usually doesn't do this kind of detailed work. So this is wrong. It shouldn't say Gary Frank cover. This is actual cover by Kyle Holtz. So I think Third Eye messed up on that. But yeah, look at that cover. That's freaking amazing. I definitely have to get this. I don't even collect Justice League Incarnate. I don't even collect the series. But man, that cover is freaking awesome. What a great cover for Halloween too. When is that released? Is that in November? October? Should be October. Oh, it's add to cart, so it looks like it's out now. Yeah, perfect for October. I love that cover. That's awesome. All right, guys. What else? Is there anything else you want to talk about? I've kind of just gone over my pre-orders from uh, November and December, kind of the books that I'm looking for. Um, Real quick, I can kind of show you some books that I got here in the mail. Detective Comics. It's probably the closest I'll get to the original is just buying the facsimile. Number 27. I love facsimiles. Since I probably will never buy the original, I couldn't afford a low grade copy of that book, let alone a mid grade or high grade. Edge of Spider Verse number 3. I think that is the design cover for Night Spider. I don't know. This is the one in. I think this is a 1 in 25 incentive cover, or it might be a regular cover. I can't remember. It might just be the regular cover. That's Deathstroke Incorporated number 12. Ivan Tao. Look at that big ass sword. I love it. Cradle of Filth. This is the. I kind of think I might remove the poly bag. I don't like poly bags. It covers up the art. I don't really like them. I can't read the book. Do people really care if the book's still poly bagged? I don't think so. So I'm probably gonna remove the poly bag on that. Jeff Lemire's book. I haven't read this yet. I heard it's a really good read. I'm gonna try to read it this weekend. Bone Orchard Mythos, 10,000 Black Feathers. I think that's the Christian Ward cover, and I think that's the Sarantino cover. Yeah, awesome. Looks good. This is the Jock cover for Batman Detective. I think it's one of the Batman comics. I can't remember what issue number, but gold foil. Yeah, it's just cool. I like Jock. Jock's awesome. Alien number 1. This is the Ryan Brown cover. I love Ryan Brown's art. He always does a good job. That's a cool ass cover. Ryan Brown. He's been on the show once. Probably should get him back on. He was really nice. I think he would. I think he would come back on again. He might be too busy though these days. He's doing a lot of art. I can't remember who did the cover on this one. I think that's Wind Thrown in the Sky. I think that's the 1 in 10, maybe. One of the incentive covers. Then there's the Christian Ward cover. I don't know. I don't know why I grabbed those. I don't think I'm gonna collect that series. I like poster covers once in a while. This one looked pretty cool. I think it was on a Hot 10 list, on CBSI's Hot 10 list, one of those evenings. Thunderbolts, number 1. That's the 1 in 25. I think it was a 1 in 25. Star Wars Hyperspace Stories number 1. This is the B cover. I kind of dig the cover. I like when they destroy all those stupid robots. I can't remember what those robots were called. The drones. I think they were called drones. Sandman Universe, Nightmare Country. I think that's the 1 in 25 cover. There's Corinthian on the cover. I thought that TV series was pretty good. It wasn't bad. It was a little slow in parts. Samurai Sonia. I think that is issue 3. I think it's number 3. I've got a couple copies of that. I really like the artist. I think her name is Lavina. Last name is Lavina. This is a Source Point Press book, Cold, number 1. It's a one shot. I think the B cover, it did sell out pretty quickly. I was able to grab one before it sold out. Grimm, I think this is Grimm number 5 or 6, Ginny Frizen Incentive, which I got this for $17. Believe it or not, I think you can buy this for like $12 on eBay right now. That tells you how bad some of these books are. Resale value is terrible lately. The David Finch cover for Disturbed Dark. No, not Disturbed. This is Death Dealer. Sorry. Frank Frazetta's Death Dealer. That is the David Finch cover. I think it was like a 1 in 20 or something like that. It's a cool looking cover. I like it. This one's one I ordered a long time ago. Man, I finally got it. Flashpoint Beyond number 5. This is the Captain Cold cover. Just thought it was an awesome looking cover. I like that you can see the Batman's face and all the various. Oh, is that Batman? No, these are just the other villains. I think it's the other rogues gallery in the reflection of his mask. Thought that was pretty cool. All right, guys, that's what I had for you. It's Thursday night. I'm about to eat dinner, so I'm going to sign off. Hope that a lot of the information I gave you was helpful. I will have a show probably Saturday morning. Again, Friday night, the CBSI Hot 10 list has been very, very slow in getting out. Ben Stein is taking his sweet ass time. I don't know what he's doing, but the list used to come out. Thank you, Craig. Hots, not Holtz. I like to put that L in there. I don't know why. Sorry about that. Manny's here. Good to see you, Manny. Yes, correction. Exactly. Keep me on the straight and narrow, man. Keep me on the straight and narrow. So probably Saturday, maybe Saturday midday. Early morning, I got my son's soccer game, so I probably won't do it Saturday morning, but more than likely it'll be on Saturday, maybe midday. So I will send out notifications on that, and I will be reviewing the Hot 10 list. It could be Friday evening if the list comes out sooner. It used to come out at like 4 or 5 in the afternoon. Now it's like 9 or 10 o'clock at night lately. I don't know. It comes out too late for me to do the list. So likely it'll be Saturday unless Ben Stein gets his act together. We'll see. And I know it's not Stein. It's Stein Niger or something like that. I just shortened it to Ben Stein. Plus he sounds like, isn't there a Ben Stein? Wasn't he the guy in Bueller? Wasn't he the guy that was the teacher that kept saying Bueller? And then there was a show called Win Ben Stein's Money or something like that. Yeah, I don't know. Just fragments of memory. All right, guys, thanks for hanging out with me. I will see you guys hopefully tomorrow or if not Saturday. Have a great evening, and I'll see you guys soon.